Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Imagine finding out the charming man you have been working closely with actually has a wife you never knew existed, and now that wife just walked into your office. In the elite neighborhood of Fairmont Crest Estates, Nicole Bennett's professional partnership with businessman Kyle Turner suddenly turns into a scandal when a mysterious woman storms in and reveals the shocking truth, Kial is married, and his wife Marisa has been watching everything. So let's set the scene for a moment. Early morning in Fairmont Estates, the kind of neighborhood that looks like it came straight out of a luxury real estate magazine. Perfect lawns, massive houses, and tall iron gates that separate the rich and powerful from the rest of the world. From the outside, it looks like paradise, but as we all know, places like that usually hide more drama than a reality TV reunion. Inside this very polished neighborhood is the Fairmont Community Arts Center, a place that's supposed to be about creativity, culture, and charity. And the woman running it all is Nicole Bennett. Nicole has built a reputation for being calm, professional, and incredibly capable. The kind of person who can organize a major event without even breaking a sweat. But lately, life hasn't exactly been peaceful. For the past few weeks, Nicole has been working very closely with a man named Kial Turner. Now, Kial is the kind of guy who walks into a room and immediately owns it. Confident, smooth, well dressed, and just charming enough that you almost trust him instantly. He also happens to be the wealthy businessman funding the art center's new expansion. So naturally, the two of them have been spending a lot of time together. Meetings, planning sessions, lunches discussing event details. At least that's what Nicole keeps telling herself. A professional partnership, nothing more. Still, if she isn't honest, there's been this strange feeling in the air whenever Kiel is around. Not because he's done anything wrong, but because sometimes the way he looks at her feels a little too personal. That morning, Nicole walks into her office, places her purse on the desk, and starts reviewing the schedule for the upcoming charity gala. It's a huge event, and everything needs to be perfect. That's when she hears a familiar voice from the doorway. It's Kial. Of course it is. Standing there in a navy suit, looking like he stepped straight out of a luxury watch advertisement, smiling like the day already belongs to him, Nicole greets him politely, pointing out that he's arrived unusually early. Kiel casually points out that she's early too, which honestly feels like his way of saying he was hoping to see her. He places a folder on her desk and tells her he's reviewed the gala plans. According to him, everything looks incredible. Nicole thanks him and reminds him it's a team effort. But Kiel isn't having the modesty. He leans against the desk and insists she deserves the credit. Now, here's where things start getting a little awkward. The two of them are standing just a few feet apart, but somehow the space between them feels charged, like something unspoken is hanging there. And right before Nicole can respond, the sound of heels clicking sharply across the marble hallway breaks the moment. Both of them turn toward the door. Standing there is a woman neither of them expected to see. She's tall, elegant, and dressed in a perfectly tailored white suit that basically screams authority. Her hair is flawless, her posture is confident, and the moment she steps into the room, her eyes lock directly onto Nicole. Not Kiel, Nicole. The atmosphere in the room suddenly feels 10 degrees colder. Nicole politely asks if she can help her. The woman slowly walks closer and calmly replies that Nicole already has. Now, that's not exactly the kind of answer you want to hear from a stranger. At that moment, something strange happens. Kiel's expression shifts instantly, and under his breath, he mutters a single name, Marisa. Nicole blinks in confusion and repeats the name out loud. The woman stops near the desk and introduces herself, Marisa Turner. And suddenly Nicole feels her stomach drop. Turner, same last name as Kiel. Before Nicole can even process that information, Marisa crosses her arms and delivers a sentence that basically detonates in the middle of the office. She tells Nicole to stay away from her husband. Nicole's brain practically short circuits. Her husband? She slowly turns toward Kiel, waiting for him to laugh and say this is some misunderstanding. But Kiel isn't looking at her, and that silence says everything. Marisa lets out a bitter laugh and asks if Kiel never bothered to tell Nicole the truth. Nicole's heart starts pounding as she quietly asks what truth she's talking about. Mary's answers without hesitation. Kiel is married. Nicole looks back at him in disbelief and asks if it's true. Kiel runs his hand through his hair and says that dreaded phrase nobody wants to hear in a situation like this. It's complicated. Nicole immediately steps back like she's touched a hot stove. Complicated? She reminds him that he never once mentioned having a wife, not a single time. Marisa quickly jumps in, pointing out that her husband has a talent for acting single when it suits him. Kiel tries to interrupt her, but she is clearly not there to be polite. Her eyes stay locked on Nicole as she explains she's been watching for a while. Watching the meetings, the lunches, the smiles, Nicole quickly shakes her head, insisting this is all a misunderstanding. But Marisa doesn't look convinced. Nicole turns to Kial and demands he tell his wife that nothing inappropriate has been happening. And here's the problem. Kiel hesitates. Just for a second, but that second is enough. Marisa smirks like she just proved her point. Nicole's face flushes with embarrassment as she insists she truly had no idea he was married. Marisa rolls her eyes, saying women always claim that when they get caught in situations like this, that comment finally pushes Nicole's patience to the edge. She fires back that apparently not everyone in town knows who's married, because she certainly didn't. The tension between the two women thickens by the second until Kiel finally steps in and tells him both to stop. He insists Nicole didn't know the truth. Marisa laughs again, clearly not buying the story. She reminds him that maybe he should have thought about that before spending so much time with Nicole. Nicole slams the folder on the desk, frustrated and humiliated, declaring she refuses to be accused of something she didn't do. Marisa steps closer and warns that Nicole is standing dangerously close to something she shouldn't be. Nicole refuses to back down and asks what exactly Marisa thinks is happening. Marisa leans forward and says she believes Nicole is getting a little too comfortable with her husband. Nicole insists this is just a charity event between a director and a donor. But Marisa asks one final question that freezes the entire room. Then why does he look at you like that? For a moment, nobody speaks. Because deep down, Nicole might already know the answer. Before things escalate further, Kiel announces the conversation is over, but Marisa calmly tells him it's just beginning. She reaches into her purse and drops a folded newspaper clipping onto Nicole's desk. Nicole reads the headline and her eyes widen. It reveals that Marisa isn't just any wife, she's the heiress of Turner Industries. In other words, her family owns a huge portion of the city. Marisa leans in and calmly reminds Nicole exactly who she's dealing with. Then she gives her one final piece of advice: stay away from her husband. With that, she turns and walks out, her heels echoing down the hallway like the ticking of a clock. The silence she leaves behind feels deafening. Nicole turns to Kiel and quietly tells him he lied to her. He insists he didn't lie, he just didn't mention his wife, which honestly doesn't make things any better. He then claims the marriage is basically over, but Nicole shakes her head and grabs her purse. That doesn't matter. As she walks toward the door, Kiel tries to stop her. She pauses just long enough to deliver one final sentence: "Fix your marriage." Then she leaves. Outside, the towering gates of Fairmont Estates stand tall against the sky. But behind those gates, something dangerous has just begun: a rivalry, a scandal, and a secret that probably won't stay hidden for long. Because in Fairmont Estates, the truth always finds a way out. This confrontation doesn't just expose Kiel's lie, it sets the stage for a major rivalry between Nicole and the powerful Marisa while threatening a scandal that could shake the entire Fairmont community. Honestly, Kiel saying it's complicated might be the most suspicious phrase in history. And if this is only the beginning, the drama in Fairmont Crest Estates is about to explode. So, what do you think? Did Nicole truly do nothing wrong? Or was she ignoring the signs about Kiel all along? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more dramatic story breakdowns.